just returned from the builders merchants. I bought some timbers to allow me to do the framework on the underside of this roof. But before I can do that in this area, I've got to get the rest of this silver foil insulation up. Now that doesn't take too long. Once we've got that up, I can start figuring out how I'm going to frame it out up there. It's a little bit tricky, it's quite a few angles just looking at it now, but it's nothing we can't get over. Okay, let's get set up, get into this video. Smells of pine marten. I always tell when they leave their scent. Probably been tracking through here. Yeah. They're never normally far away from an empty building. So just in this area here, underneath the ridge beam, yeah, it doesn't look brilliant. I'll get that pointed up. I can see daylight through it into the chimney cavity. So it's going to need a little bit of render. That's okay, I can still carry on what I need to do today. So I think what I'll do, just for now, is get this pin back, like so, out the way. And once I've addressed this area, I can cut it in neatly. That's got to have to be insulated in there. Also, a new gap there. Yep, there's a bit of roof work to be done on the ridge as well. Not until you climb right up into these roofs you see the real beauty and naive charm really of how they're constructed. Makes it a challenge, but it certainly gives you some character. I mean, look how they finished these off. You know, like I say before, a lot of them were repaired by the farmhand and farm workers. Wasn't necessarily roofers. So there's a few rafters that are sticking out, at least one that's got to be cut off to allow for my framework to go in. That's of course after I've put up the silver insulation. You'd think that old rafter would be like putting a hot knife through butter, but oh no. So right, I'm getting bored of that. Now it's time for the big boys' toys. Do not try this at home. Well, that made light work of it. It's just at the wrong angle. Okay, I only lost one tile on the roof whilst messing about, I think, unless it was a storm. Yeah, I can see daylight over there, and I haven't touched that area yet, so. Okay, just one more to go. Yeah, that's where that tile's missing. Safely done, as safe as it could be. Okay, let's go and check the roof, see how many tiles we've lost. Just looks like one at the moment. I've still got to fit the tiles around the Velux, but it doesn't leak, it's over the top of the flashing, so that's okay. So yeah, it's just one up by the chimney breast. Now it'd be really handy if I could slip one in from the underside. Not sure I can, but it'd save me getting on the roof. The trouble with these roofs is once you put your ladders on there and you start moving about on there, because they're not dead flat, you know, they're all handmade, not made to be flat, these ones, is to shed the water. you start cracking tiles. So sometimes you can break a few, you know, replacing one. Yeah, I'm going to try and do that from the underside. If not, I'm going to try and get out of the Velux and just slot it in. Right, I'm finished with the chainsaw in there for now, although I will be needing it in a future video up there. Not quite ready for it yet, but put that away. Yeah, I'm glad that's done. It's not great, is it, working on a scaffold with a chainsaw on your own, but some things have to be done. Now, I just remembered I went to a brocante yesterday and I bought myself one of these. Yep, it's a pizza paddle, bread paddle. Yeah, it's great. Got quite a few of these listed in my shop, so not sure whether I'm going to keep this one or sell it. I've got quite a few, so I'm going to take my pick. The rest are available. Show you something else I bought. This is interesting. No, it's not the watering can, although I did get that there. It's this old brown planter here. Yeah, it's got that look, you know, they look great. Maybe set slightly into the ground, planted up. Did initially think a water feature, you know, just a shallow one with some nice plants in it. So I'm quite sure what I'm going to do with that here. It's got a crack, but man said it's been repaired. Quite sure, I think it's a composite material, but once you start getting the moss and that, it looks ancient. And it will make you chuckle. Got a bag of birds. It's not every day you can say that, is there? Not quite sure how many there is. Oh, they've even got their own nest. So what we got, what are they? Sam will know. Black winged, not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that's a different one. Yeah, just see these and I thought, maybe or not, they're quite unusual when you do see them, but what it is, the hunt set these out in the ground to bring in other birds that they're, you know, after shooting. So there's a mate there. I've not looked at that. What's that say? Don't know. Made in Italy. Oh, Italian. Oh, they're flown a long way. So yeah, we've got 8 of them, and I'm one of them. What's that one called? Let me know in the comments. Now, what I might do with these, I might keep 1 or 2 and set them in a nice piece of maybe pear wood for my tree. May do the same with the rest, might not, but they will go in my Etsy shop. Yeah, clean them up, then you can do with them what you will. Okay, let's not get sidetracked too much, let's get back in the cottage. Okay, take me pick with the tiles. I don't want a very wide one. Yep, that could work. Let's take a few up with me, different sizes. Wouldn't it be great? Now what I should have done is maybe cut it just a little bit lower, shouldn't I? Maybe I've got it enough, might still do it yet. What I don't want to do is lose any more. It's in. Oh, and that was the other thing that I purchased from the brocante, is this new tripod. My other one had seen some action, and you know, it's not as good quality as this. Paid a lot more than I did for this one. I'll give €10 for this. So yeah, I was well pleased with that. It just makes things a little bit easier. It all operates a lot smoother. The other one had a broken leg. Because every time I move the camera, because the floors are so uneven and sloped down, every time you move the camera I have to rebalance and sort of centralise it. So yeah, I do use these quite a lot, and when they operate efficiently it makes it a little bit easier for me. Yep, that's great, that's going to help me speed things along a bit faster. Okay, let's measure out silver foil insulation and get that fitted up there. No, this cowboy is out of bullets. Just got to cut another section to overlap the gap at the bottom. That's no problem at all. We'll tape and joint that. Trim this up once I'm happy with how long it needs to be. So yep, nothing goes to waste. Just batten it out now. With these high winds we're having lately, I don't want that tearing or coming away. Just stretch it as tight as we can. So I've got to make a cut in the insulation and then join it. But for now, we'll just dress it to there. It's gone in rather nice. Sometimes when you're doing it on your own, you're not always sure how straight you can get it, but that's pretty good. So now it just leaves a join to be done at the bottom. We'll tape it and staple it. I think I'll use the offcuts for that down below. Now the only issue of using the offcuts is once you cut it, it kind of springs open. Makes it a little bit harder to install. I'll just show you simply how we do it. Try and keep a straight line when you tape. Overlap it, give it quite a good few inches. Make sure the overlap can be on the rafter when you do your next joint. And then we'll just trim it off afterwards. Make sure it's square. Now this will be the base for our framework, so let's cover that nicely. So yeah, just the backing like that. You can buy wider tapes, it helps in this sort of situation. But you know, if you're running off slightly, just tear it off and just go over it again. Remember, we're trying to create a vapour seal here, so we can continue the battens now over the top of that to hold it in place, so you can double up again on the top like that. Make sure you're overlapped to the next piece of timber, the rafter. Try and keep it straight and square. Like I say, it's tricky using the offcuts, it's not ideal. Nice and tight, taut. So you get the idea. Okay, I'm going to call it a day on this. I'm going to go indoors, light the fires, get my stew put on top, put my feet up, yep, and smell it cooking. See you all in the next video. Bye. Bye for now.